Welcome to the Simply Pediatrics Podcast, simplifying holistic healthcare for infants and children. We're so glad you're here. Join Jennifer Zethner, holistic pediatric nurse practitioner and holistic mom of 3 on a mission. Listen in as she shares the answers to the most asked questions from parents in her practice every day and offers parents practical strategies and actionable steps to support their child's health and well-being. Enjoy this insightful episode of the Simply Pediatrics Podcast and stay tuned for more information at the end of the podcast.
Hi, I'm Jennie Zethner. That's right, I'm here in my car. I don't know about the rest of you, but I find sitting in my car to be very peaceful. It happens to be one of the quietest places I have in my life. I have 3 children. I work full time. I'm busy like the rest of you, and I really would like to share information, and doing it from my car is most convenient. So I'm going to ask you to please forgive if there's any commotion behind me, any beeping, any dogs barking, ambulances, fire trucks, etc. I'll do the best I can to find quiet places. I assure you I will never be driving my vehicle when I speak to you. I will always be pulled over and parked. I am typically parked waiting for one of my children to come out of an event or something. So that is what I'm doing with my time here. And I look forward to sharing information with you. And again, forgive me for being a little unprofessional being here in my car, but I hope it works. And with that, let's get started.
Today's episode, Put Your Phone Down.
Hello and welcome. I'm so happy to be here with you today. Today, I don't know who needs to hear this or who you need to share this with, but in my opinion, everybody needs to hear this and everybody needs to share this. Parents, put your phones down. Put your phones down in the restaurants, on the train, in the library, sitting at the beach, being in the car with your kids, driving in the car with your kids. Put your phones down. There's parental controls on phones that we use for our children. At least I hope all of you are using the parental controls on your phones for your kids if they have a phone. In my opinion, I think we need adult controls. I think we need adult controls put on the phones that tell us to put our phones down, to give us a limit on how much time we are allowed to look at them. And the reason why, not only do we all need to live life and not watch life on our phones, but my message to all of you is because your children are watching you. Your children are watching you. From the time they are 3 months old, they are looking at you, they are studying you, they are every single thing you do. Your children are watching you. And you are role modeling for them. And we are raising an entire generation now of children from as young as 6 months old who are looking at phones and iPads. And it must stop. It must stop with you, whoever is watching this. Tell your partner, tell your mom, tell your dad. You must stop and start to pay attention to your children. Let's not even talk about how unsafe it is as us, as adults who are supposed to be watching our children, and we're sitting on the park bench on our phone instead of watching our children. It's too much. It's too much for me. You know, I was fortunate enough to grow up in the 80s. I didn't know it at the time that I was so fortunate, but now as an older person, I certainly do see and acknowledge that that's going to be an era that futures look back on in envy. So I grew up in the 80s. I came to be an adult in the 90s. And what I see right now for all of my 20 and 30-year-old parents out there with children makes me really, really sad. And it starts with you. Don't yell at your 10-year-old to get off a phone when you can't get off your own phone. Don't be upset when your 16, 17-year-old is driving her car and she looks at her phone if she's been watching you do it. Start to role model moms, dads, partners, everybody, grandparents. For you parents out there who are working from home, I really feel for you. I really do. I understand that COVID gave us this whole new adventure of working from home. And so we are attached to our devices. We are essentially always working. Be mindful of this. Your child doesn't know that you're working. They just see you distracted and they want to do what you're doing. They want to be on a phone. Make a point to have work time. Make a point to be away from your child when you're doing your work. Be at some sort of desk so that they understand that you're working. Don't just sit in front of them at the park, at the library, and work. They don't understand that that's what you're doing. They just see you distracted, not paying attention to them, and also role modeling a poor behavior. When I go into a restaurant, any kind of restaurant, and I look around at how many people are on their phones and how many children have their fancy little iPad tablet covers and they're all just sitting there staring at their phones. And I know you've heard me talk about this if you've watched my other my other podcasts about screens. And trust me, I believe and I understand the irony that I'm making a podcast and perhaps you're watching this on your phone. I hope you're just listening. I hope you just have earbuds in and you're just listening to this and not staring at your phone. In restaurants, please put your phones down. I don't think there's any other place where I see the disgust of this country than in the restaurants, when we're actually taking the time out to, quote unquote, spend time together, spend our money, and then sit and stare at a device. I get crazy on my own family when I go out to dinner. I won't allow anyone, and if they do, they will hear from me because it is so incredibly disrespectful and so frustrating to watch that you just can't be there in the moment. It is a clear sign of the true addiction that we all have to these devices, that we can't even sit in a restaurant where we're spending money to be served and fed, and we can't stop looking at our phones. I think it would be really brave for restaurants to start putting signs up. No iPhones allowed. Restaurants, I'm sure, pride themselves on the decor and their servers and their food, and for people to just mindlessly sit there and not even enjoy any of the ambiance and just stare at their phone has to be so disappointing for people who own restaurants. So if you own a restaurant, put the sign up. Let me know about it because I'll be one of the first ones there. As you can see, this topic makes me really upset, and I know I'm not alone on this. I know I'm not. I know there's so many of you out there that are so disgusted by watching other people stare at their phones. But if you have children, you have a huge responsibility to role model this behavior. So if you're watching this podcast or listening to this podcast, I hope, please start now. Make the rule for yourself that you put your phone down, pay attention to your child, carve out the time that you need, and have it be when your child is not around you. That phone is not attached to your hand. And your little ones watching you, they think that it is. They think they're supposed to have one also. All right, my amazing moms and dads, thanks for listening to me rant here. I just needed to get this all out. I will, as always, put some links on the bottom that has more science, more research about screens in our children, just so that you know every single Friday I make a point to have a post about screens and the hazards to our children. And my intention of that is for you to go into the weekend with that information and maybe rethink your downtime on the weekend and not spend it staring at a screen. Remember, parenting is a journey, and you're doing an amazing job. Stay curious and keep learning, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining Jennie on the Simply Pediatrics Podcast. We hope that the valuable information she shared in this episode will inspire and empower you on your holistic parenting journey. If you would like to learn more about Jennie, her Simply Pediatrics practice, or anything that she spoke about today, please check the show notes that accompany this podcast, and you'll find all the links and resources you need. You can also sign up for the Simply Pediatrics mailing list so that you receive Jennie's weekly newsletters packed with vital information and holistic parenting gems. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please consider giving this page a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any episodes. And don't forget to connect with us by sharing your thoughts in the comments section below. Follow Simply Pediatrics on any and all of the social media platforms. And if you're interested in an in-person or a virtual appointment with Jennie, please see the contact details in the show notes. Stay tuned for more episodes packed with a wealth of powerful information to support you on your holistic parenting path. See you next time.